Listen, among you are people who are plotting for your destruction. They have tried all ways possible to see that they kill you, that they destroy your plans. But they are about to be exposed. They have hid themselves away from you, away from your activities. And some of them, when they meet you, it's like as though they like you. It's like as though they are for you. But listen, they are not for you. They are against you. Do not be fooled by their smile. Do not be fooled by their good speeches, by their compliments they give to you. While you are asleep, they are planning to destroy you. And some of them are your relatives. You need to be very careful of what information you tell somebody. Don't be too quick to speak words about your life. There are some words that you are supposed to leave to yourself. And I spoke about this, that your words matter. That the enemy will use your words against you. That he does not know what you are planning. He uses the words that you say. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. What is your mouth speaking? Is it speaking junk? Out of the abundance of the heart, choose to speak what is right. There are people who are not really for you. An example is in the times of Jesus. The Pharisees and the Sadducees and the scribes. In fact, these people, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, hated themselves. They did not like themselves. But when Jesus came, they teamed up and fought against Jesus. The Pharisees had a belief that, of course, they believed in the resurrection. But the Sadducees did not believe in the resurrection of the dead. Of course, they also had a lot of differences between them. But listen, whenever Jesus taught the crowd, whenever he spoke in parables, the Pharisees were always quick to question him. It's not that because they wanted to learn. It is because they wanted to trap him. They were plotting for his destruction. They looked for all ways to accuse him. But they failed. In the beginning they failed. Why? Because the time of Jesus to die had not yet come. Of course, for those that have read the scriptures, you know that they convinced Judas. And Judas had to sell Jesus for just a few pieces of coins. And remember, Judas was another person who was really complicated because he was involved with the keeping of the finances. When these people had, when Jesus, he was like the accountant in that case, and he would take away from the offerings and steal. This man had a problem. So there are people in your midst who are plotting for your destruction. Another example is Moses. Moses, even when he was a young kid, you know, when he was a young kid, the Pharaoh in that area made a decree that the male-born children were supposed to be killed. I mean, the children of the Jews. They made it a decree. But Moses was preserved. Moses was protected to one extent that even the person who preserved Moses was Pharaoh's daughter. Can you imagine? that the enemy who's trying to kill you will do something to protect you, to save you. There are people that are trying to kill you. There are people that have set up poison for you, that have set up traps for you. But in a way doing so, they will save you out of their own traps without them knowing. That's why you have survived. That's why you are still alive. Some of you do not know that you are so blessed. You do not know that their opposition gives you an opportunity. That their opposition, that their hatred towards you is an opportunity, is a chance for you to develop yourself, to grow up in the things of God, to become more strong, to become more well equipped. Because if the opposition was not there, you would have relaxed. Be aware of certain people. Not everyone that you come across means you well. Not everyone in your neighborhood likes you. They will hate you. There are some people that you come across that just hate you without you doing anything wrong. You have never done anything bad to that person, but they just hate you. You have heard of these statements where somebody comes to you and says, he just hates your face. He just hates the way you look. He just hates your shirt. He just hates what you do. He just hates the way you speak. God will preserve you. If it wasn't for God, some of you would have died. Some of you have survived accidents. Some of you have been set up by your close friends, by your acquaintances. You may not even know about this, but the person who's next to you has set you up. Jesus was set up by Judas himself. As a matter of fact, the Pharisees wouldn't have arrested Jesus if it wasn't Judas' help. Because for those that have read the story, you know that when Jesus was arrested, on the day when he was arrested, the Pharisees couldn't identify who Jesus was, because most of the men from Galilee looked alike. The dress code was alike. The way they spoke, the way they looked like. Just as you would have a certain group of Asians who look alike, these people could not really identify who this is. So it required Judas to come and pick out who Jesus was. Read your scriptures. Judas had to identify who Jesus is because he knew Jesus. So your betrayal, the one who leaked information, is your close friend. Do not look anywhere else. It is something and someone within you. That's why they came out of us, because they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have continued with us. I hope this word has been a blessing to you. I hope it has encouraged you. If you have any question, go ahead and send your questions to me, your prayer requests. Until next time, be blessed.